This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
It took 10 months for a woman's headstone to be installed properly here at this cemetery. I'm Stephanie Wade asking why the delay and the problems that still exist.
I'm Cameron Riddle. Local residents say they are at their wits' end after not having air conditioning for several weeks now. So they called RTV6 and we called management to get something done.
A new report reveals a dangerous trend on Indiana roads. And Politics Investigates Kara Kenny with how you can protect yourself.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Amanda Starantino.
And I'm Mark Mullins.
Nearly 1 year after a family buried their loved one at this cemetery, the headstone is still not installed properly.
RTV6's Stephanie Wade was at the cemetery today to get answers before being asked to leave the property. She has this story tonight.
10 months ago, Larry Thompson buried his mother at this cemetery. But with all the problems they've had dealing with her headstone, he says neither he nor she have been able to rest easy.
It's been a year, almost a year, you know what I mean? And still nothing done. And the worst part of it is, her stone don't even belong here. It belongs over here.
On Sunday, Thompson and his son went to New Crown Cemetery on the south side to visit his deceased mother on her birthday. But this is what they saw. The gravestone located in the wrong place, her name nothing engraved on it, and a piece of plywood covering an empty hole while her casket was exposed.
We noticed the plywood laying next to the ground, and I raised it up to see what was going on, and we discovered that, and it, you know, my son, he was pretty cheered up about it. Boy, I don't know what to do. Really, I just don't know what to do. Something's got to be done. I mean, you guys tell me how this will make you feel.
We went to the cemetery, but were asked to leave. The company telling us in a statement, quote, the family marker has been placed at the gravesite as of July 2nd. However, as part of our commitment to all our client families, we guard their privacy. And because of this, we do not discuss specific client matters with the media. I replied, asking them to explain why it took 10 months to install the gravestone properly. We have yet to hear back.
Hopefully this makes a difference. You know what I mean? I really believe that, and I think that this will make a difference for everybody else that buries their family here or buries their family anywhere. This shines a light on it, let them know, hey, look, man, treat people with respect, you know.
Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
90-degree heat with no air conditioning can be unbearable.
And one Indianapolis woman says her AC has not worked in weeks and that others in her apartment complex are in the same situation.
She's getting the runaround from management, so RTV6's Cameron Riddle is going to work finding out why she's not getting what she needs.
Summer is here, and so is the heat. For most people, it's a welcome change from Mother Nature, except those who can't get a break from the dog days of summer because the air conditioning in their apartments isn't working.
There's people constantly lingering outside because they don't have any air in their apartment as well.
This resident who lives in the Greenway apartment complex on Indy's east side didn't want her face shown on camera, but called RTV6 after repeatedly asking apartment management to fix the air. She says while the temperatures get hotter outside, her son, who has asthma, struggles inside.
He's wheezing at night. He's coughing really bad at night. He has to get breathing treatments a lot, but it's just causing him to just really be sick.
After numerous work orders and multiple phone calls, her efforts have done no good.
Every time we call, we get no response. We've even called blocks a couple times, and they'll answer that call, but they won't answer a regular number, and they just refuse to fix it.
Residents who live here say the lack of air is a problem in multiple units. They say it's gotten so bad that when they asked management for a temporary unit, they were told there were no more. In Indiana, buildings are not required to have air conditioning, but under Indiana law, landlords are required to keep all appliances and equipment installed at move-in in, quote, good and safe working condition.
Which is one of the reasons why I moved in an air-conditioned unit.
We went to the apartment leasing office to get more details on our viewer's AC complaint, but we were told the property manager wasn't in and that we would get a call back later.
I've called the health department. I've made multiple complaints. I haven't even gotten a phone call back. When I reached out to you, you contacted me immediately.
In Indianapolis, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Thanks, Cameron. And we still have not yet heard back from the apartment complex. We will continue to follow this story.
Meantime, if you have a problem and you feel like the people in charge are putting things that affect your life as a low priority, you can connect with RTV6. We'll work on holding those people accountable and getting you a solution. Send us a message if you need us at workingforyou@rtv6.com.
Right now, we are taking you live outside because we don't want to take you out there in person right now because it's so darn hot. This is our tower cam on top of the Salesforce Tower. Today, we got into the 90s and the heat index has been climbing closer to the triple digits. So the city wants us to remind you about some resources as it stays hot this week. Try to stay inside in the air conditioning. If you can't do that, drink water and capitalize on the city's public buildings and spray grounds, which will stay open this week through the 4th, with the exception of most public libraries.
Well, let's take you back outside, get a live look from our tower camera there, showing the pool and these temperatures hovering in the 90s right now. We did have some reports of damage because of some pop-up storms. Meteorologist Kyle Mounts is monitoring all that for us at this hour. Kyle.
Yeah, and Mark, that was in the Muncie area, and Muncie's still dealing with some heavy rainfall, and you can see that's the one cool spot on the map right now. Your temperature is at 80 degrees, but we're still 91 downtown, and that humidity has been the other half of the story today, sending those heat index values, or what it really feels like outside, close to 100 degrees. It feels like 97 in Indy, feels like 99 in Lafayette. Now let's show you where we've got some of that rain that we're dealing with here. A couple of these thunderstorms. Again, nothing that's severe for us, but some lightning and some heavy rainfall, possibly some isolated wind gusts within these as well. Muncie and the south side of town, also east of Newcastle, and another downpour developing around Connorsville. There's the flood advisory. That's going to go until 8:45. So if you do come across some standing water, make sure you turn around, don't drive through those. We've got some more thunderstorms moving into northwestern Jennings County. That will produce some lightning, a couple more showers popping up around Nashville and also into northwestern Putnam County. These are kind of blossoming all across the area in that heat of the afternoon. But again, things not all that strong in northern White County. We'll continue to monitor that situation and talk about a break in the heat in a few minutes.
Thanks, Kyle. We'll check back in with you soon. Well, now, new video today shows the continued recovery progress in Beech Grove after a tornado hit there last month. You're looking at footage from our RTV6 drone above the apartments near Beech Grove High School. Both sustained damage in those storms. Surveillance video showed the scene in the school's parking lot. The winds pick up, overturning a vehicle and setting people running out of an RV. Parts of the high school were at a total loss after that tornado, but cleanup and construction continues there.
A new report reveals a disturbing trend on Indiana roadways that impacts all of us. Drivers under the influence of drugs. It's a problem Call 6 Investigates Carrie Kenny exposed back in May. She shows you the new numbers that have experts concerned.
Many people are getting the message about alcohol. They're using Uber and Lyft and getting a ride. But experts say they're not getting the message about using drugs and driving.
This Greenwood police body camera footage shows a driver passed out near a busy road with his foot still on the brake.
Hey, get out of the car. You got in park? Put in park. Get out of the car.
The driver admits to being high on drugs.
I'm on probation. I'm going to a drug test.
What are you on right now?
This happened in 2017, but a new report released this week shows the problem of drug driving is getting worse in Indiana. The Indiana Criminal Justice Institute and IU Public Policy Institute found among drivers killed in deadly crashes in 2018, 45% tested positive for drugs compared to 38% for alcohol.
We're seeing the drug tests come back positive at a higher rate than we are seeing alcohol impairment, above that 0.08.
Drivers are not getting the message about using drugs and driving, whether it's illegal drugs, prescriptions, or even over-the-counter medicines. As we head into a holiday weekend, which for many people includes alcohol, they want everyone to be careful.
Even if you've been on an over-the-counter medication, a prescription medication for a while, you may not know how it reacts with alcohol.
The driver in this video tells me he is now sober and living out of state. The Indiana Criminal Justice Institute wants to keep impaired drivers off the roads.
It's an effort that's being fought on multiple fronts.
They help by securing funding for more drug recognition experts who are trained in detecting when a driver's on drugs. There will be 248 DREs in the state starting next month. They're also working to reduce the backlog at the state's toxicology lab so they can process more impaired driver cases. Here's what you can do. Talk to your doctor before using medication and driving. And if you see an impaired driver on the road, call 911 immediately. Reporting in Indianapolis, Kara Kenny, RTV6.
Now, here are some signs a driver is under the influence: weaving, swerving, or drifting out of their lane, braking erratically, driving after dark with no headlights, turning abruptly, and stopping for no reason. Now, just ahead on RTV6 News at 6, they want to stop the camps, the local group working to make their message heard all the way to the border.
And this Indiana girl nearly lost her leg and her life, all over going in for a dip during a Florida vacation. The warning and the uplifting update tonight. That's next.
It is July, and that heat is certainly on in central Indiana. Our 4th day in a row, making it into the 90s. But we do have a break in this pattern. I'll let you know when we'll get a break in the heat. You're watching RTV6 News at 6.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Welcome back. A positive update today after doctors diagnosed an Indiana girl with flesh-eating bacteria.
Kylie Parker has taken her first steps since becoming infected and undergoing multiple surgeries. The 12-year-old who you see here was in Florida last month when she went into the water with an open wound, contracting the bacteria.
And Kylie nearly lost her leg and her life. Today we are hearing from IU Health that her infection is completely under control now, and she has begun her long process of physical therapy.
About 100 people rallied in downtown Indianapolis today, calling for an end to the migrant detention centers.
Part of the nationwide Close the Camps demonstrations, the protesters gathered at the local office for Senator Todd Young. They called on Young and other lawmakers to demand they close the facilities. Some national lawmakers have recently visited the centers, reporting inhumane conditions such as children going hungry and people being denied medical care.
Rise up. Write to your congressman. Call your congressman. You've got to march. You've got to vote. You've got to get your neighbors to vote. You cannot sit by and watch this happen any longer.
Senator Young released a statement on the rally saying he voted for a bill to allocate more than $4 billion to humanitarian supplies at the border.
The two men suspected of shooting a judge during a fight outside a downtown White Castle appeared in court today. Alfredo Vasquez and Brandon Kaiser were charged along with Clark County Judge Andrew Adams for the fight and gunfire that happened early on the morning of May 1st. Adams and Clark County Circuit Judge Brad Jacobs were in town for a judicial conference when prosecutors say that fight happened outside the White Castle near Lucas Oil Stadium. Adams and Jacobs were both shot and wounded. A hearing for Judge Adams has not been scheduled. It's a helping hand for the animals that bring veterans so much comfort. This week, Spay Neuter Services of Indiana is offering up 10 free spay-neuter surgeries to veterans' pets. Pets are chosen on a first-come, first-served basis to vets in need. Group organizers say it's their contribution to the holiday this week.
Our veterans are so important, and it's the Independence Day holiday, so we wanted to reach out, show our appreciation, and you know, a lot of them really love pets. They come home, they've put in their service to our country, and we wanted to do something kind in return.
Well, this is the kind of assistance that could save a pet owner hundreds of dollars. Spay Neuter Services of Indiana is a statewide organization and can connect veterans to services anywhere in Indiana.
You may be getting ready to set off fireworks this 4th, but your local veterans are asking you to remember loud noises can sometimes be a trigger for people battling PTSD. We've seen a lot of discussion on neighborhood website Nextdoor about how some residents are not following the rules on when you can set off fireworks. A reminder, fireworks are allowed here in Marion County from 5 p.m. to 2 hours after sunset from now through July 9th. And on July 4th, you can set them off pretty much all day, 10 a.m. to midnight. Kyle.
And we're going to talk about your forecast for the 4th of July here in just a second. Right now, we're looking at the west side of Indianapolis, and you can see the clouds, and you can almost see the heat out there, right? We've got temperatures well into the 90s. It's 91 in Indy, 94 in Kokomo. Little rain cooled, though, in Bloomington and Muncie with temperatures in the lower 80s. So let's track those downpours for you. One that's in northern portions of Putnam County. That one is starting to fizzle out. This one's got a little more punch to it. Strong storm moving through northern portions of Miami County, going to be moving through Mexico and the Denver areas. Should primarily stay north of Peru. Then we get back in around the Muncie area, Delaware County here. More downpours moving through. So some localized flooding could be an issue there. Also east of Newcastle. That storm going to be crossing Highway 35. Another one around Connorsville. Again, some brief heavy rainfall, some lightning within these. Another shower that's popped up on the east side of the city. That one's going to be riding along US 36 there and moving into Hancock County. And you can see a few more downpours here in Jennings County around North Vernon. Certainly want to be inside and allow these storms to move on through, as they've got quite a bit of lightning with some of them. Those will end with sunset, which happens at 9:17 tonight. Temperatures will continue to cool only into the lower 70s. And as we take a look at your Wednesday forecast, temperatures, yeah, they warm quickly as we start the day off dry. Temperatures into the middle 80s for you at noon. We'll get into the upper 80s to around 90 degrees tomorrow afternoon, and we're back into that isolated shower or thunderstorm chance with temperatures at 90 for you in Bloomington and Muncie, 89 in Indy. Again, heat index values, those are going to be an issue for us, running in the middle 90s. But a marginal threat tomorrow that some of the storms that get going in the afternoon and evening could have some gusty winds with them, but you notice once we get with sunset and thereafter, we're going to start to see those storms dissipating once again. Thursday, pool planner going to be spending some time for the 4th next to the pool. We've got partly sunny skies, chance for a couple of storms as we head into the afternoon. And your fireworks forecast, rain chances about 30% right now for the fireworks displays. Temperature is still going to be warm at 7 o'clock, 86, middle 70s for you by 11 o'clock Thursday evening. 7-day planning forecast, and we'll take that chance for showers and thunderstorms. It will increase here the next couple of days before we get a break on Sunday and Monday, and a little more comfortable. We'll get rid of the humidity by Sunday and highs in the 80s.
Welcome words, right?
Yes.
All right, thanks, Kyle.
Hey, Brad.
Hello. Easy enough. It's hot, Kyle. I know. There's not much to say other than that, but good evening, everyone. How about Las Vegas in July? We know it's hot out there. It is a dry heat, I suppose. The Pacers are headed there, though. A little more work, though, than pool time as the team heads out west Thursday for the annual NBA Summer League. A chance for some new faces to showcase their talents. The second day of summer practice today at the St. Vincent Center. An interesting mix of NBA rookies, current and former G Leaguers, and guys who have played professionally overseas. Steve Ganzi is coaching the squad. He is the Pacers G League coach up in Fort Wayne. So far, he's putting together a group that's ready to play aggressively at both ends.
Score more points than the other team, you usually win the game. So I want us to get out there. We have speed at the wing, especially at our point guard position with Aaron. You saw him I want him to have the green light if he sees open area to attack it and play off it.
I came back after last year just looking to prove myself and just get better. So that comes with a lot of responsibility, and I guess I'm up for the challenge.
We shall see. The Pacers are guaranteed 4 games in pool play. The first of those is Saturday when they face Memphis. That's at 7 o'clock Indiana time. Detroit, Atlanta, and Toronto will be their other opponents. The teams then get seeded for a playoff at the end of the Summer League. Those games start next Friday. All of them played in Las Vegas on the UNLV campus. The USA women's soccer team had been electrifying and advancing to the semifinals of the FIFA World Cup. Their success has spilled over from the field to many other avenues in the past 3 weeks, and today's match against England getting huge attention from local fans. Bankers Life Fieldhouse opened its doors for a watch party as they lowered the massive big screen down to floor level. More than 1,000 fans coming in to enjoy the match. Players from the Indy 11 and the Indiana Fever were on hand as well. We talked with 11 captain Matt Watson about the excitement among local soccer fans. Watson admitted he was torn as he was cheering for his native England today.
Anytime there is a World Cup or an event such as that, you do see an uplift in the importance of soccer, I would say. Obviously, there's a lot of other sports in America, and sometimes you can lose fans with other things going on, but right now everyone seems very focused on football, which is great.
Those fans were able to put up a big cheer early for Team USA when they scored their first goal of the match. And let's take a look at how that one looked on the field. Kristen Press with the header. Back of the net, U.S. was up 1-0 after just 9 minutes. England tied it up, but the Americans got another score before halftime. This time, Alex Morgan, another header. Spectacular piece of offense, made it 2-1. The biggest play of the match, though, came for the defense. 83rd minute, England awarded a penalty, but American goalie Alyssa Nair saves it. Time would run out from there, and the U.S. is going back to the World Cup final. They will face either Sweden or the Netherlands for the championship on Sunday. Should be an exciting one. By the way, a couple more watch parties are planned around the area. We'll have more details on that coming up tomorrow. The Indians play in Louisville tonight, again tomorrow as well. Back home for the 4th of July. They start a 4-game homestand that runs through the weekend. We'll be live at Victory Field coming up on Thursday. Back to finish up tonight's news at 6 next.
See Tom Wood Lexus.
Welcome back. Hiring Hoosiers is RTV6's initiative, connecting you to jobs, training, education, and other resources.
Well, this week, a Central Indiana Police Department is looking for a few new recruits. The Kokomo Police Department is accepting applications through September 9th. Some of the requirements include U.S. and Howard County residency, no felony convictions, and you must be between 21 and 35 years old. There are different age requirements for veterans. For more information and to apply, we have a link for you in our career resources page at hiringhoosiers.com.
And a reminder for all of you innovators with big ideas out there, ABC Shark Tank is coming to Indianapolis. You can make your pitch to producers at an open call on July 16th at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Doors open at 6 a.m. We have more info on the RTV6 app and the IndyChannel.com.
Should be a lot of people really going out there to express
I'm
their
excited
ideas.
to see all the ideas.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy day for sure. All right, we've got a few downpours out there for you. And Storm Team 6 radar, you can see nothing severe, but where we've got quite a bit of lightning. Still, southern Delaware County, that stretches down east of Newcastle through Connorsville. We also have a thunderstorm there in northern Jennings County, around and north of North Vernon. Those will all continue to move off to the east, and once we get to Sunset and beyond, things should improve for us. That'll happen at 9:17, and then we got that chance for showers and storms, but some dry time for the 4th of July.
All right, thanks for joining us for RTV6 News at 6 o'clock.
We'll be back here at 7. See you then.